Yes, my people, how are we doing? It is Wednesday, the 19th of November. It is cold, it is wet, it is windy, and it's not ideal circumstances to be introing this video, but I meant to do it like 2 or 3 hours ago, and I completely forgot. So here we are. It is freezing in the UK at the moment. It's actually snowing in Leeds, because Chloe is there for work today. It's snowing in Manchester, I'm pretty sure. But of course, it is rainy in rainy Rotherham, but we make do. Now, I must say, guys, I'm not a fan of the rain, but I've been loving this cold. I know, I'm a freak, but I'm built for the cold, guys. I am not built for the heat whatsoever. I hate when it is so hot in the summer, but I actually quite enjoy the cold in the winter for some bizarre reason. But anyway, guys, it is a good day to have a good day today. We got push on the cards, 115.6 kg on the scales this morning, so we're still holding in those 115s and feeling pretty good, feeling good. Sleep has picked up over the last 3 nights after having 3 particularly poor nights at the weekend, and training has been flying lately, guys, absolutely flying. So last 2 sessions we had legs on Sunday, obviously, as you would have seen, and then we had pull yesterday. Unbelievable session. So strength through the roof, pretty much progressing every single set of every single exercise, but still maintaining extremely good levels of accuracy across all my sets and all my movements, which is the most important thing for me right now. Okay, so push will be interesting today. We'll see how the pec is feeling. I'm probably going to stick with the same loads that I did last week, but just look to do more reps. So if you watched that last video, you'll have seen I've done like, I don't know, like 50 kilos aside on that incline strive press for like 7 reps, which is like 35 kg down from my previous top set weight on that. But I'm going to stick with that weight again today. I'm just going to aim to get like 12 to 15 really pumpy, really squeezy reps and just call it there. So going to go in today and just absolutely pump this shit out of my chest and just drive as much blood into the muscle as I possibly can. We'll see what we're looking like. So guys, if you're watching this video, then it is Black Friday week, as you will have known because you'll have seen Black Friday sales everywhere. So the Hard Body Black Friday sale has been live since Monday, guys. If you haven't given that a look already, please do. I mentioned the discounts that will be available in that sale in the last video, and they're pretty hectic. Please do stay tuned though and look out for the Conte Black Friday sale. So that is going to be coming on Sunday or Monday. I think if you go on to Conte's website and you sign up to their newsletter, you'll get early access on Sunday. So I would do that, guys, if I was you. And then I think they're having like a Cyber Monday sale or something of that nature. So definitely stay tuned for that one, guys. And hush hush, DMAC 30 will get you 30% off there. And they will be throwing in a couple of freebies. So free shakers, free creatine, things of that nature. So if you want to stock up on some bits, some of the new Whey Elite protein, or even just like, you know, your intras and all your EAAs and all the other kind of essential bits that you'll use on a monthly basis, now is going to be the time, guys. Now is going to be the time for sure. And also, actually, High Stripes, the nose strip sponsor that I don't have a nose strip on right now, but they are doing a big Black Friday sale at the moment. So I think there's like 30% off a lot of their shit as well. So guys, all the links are down below in the bio. Make sure to click on them there. There will be discounts on a lot of that stuff already. And if you use my code DMAC10, you will be able to stack another discount of 10% on top of that. So get on it, guys. If you haven't already, run it up, show your boys some love. And if you buy anything using my code, guys, be sure to screenshot it, send me a DM on Instagram so that I can personally thank you. All right, I'm going to put away this camera now because it's getting soaking wet. My freezing hands are getting soaking wet, and I'm getting a little bit out of breath. That 115 kilos is starting to kick my arse now. So we'll get home, we'll finish off the rest of the night work, and I'll catch up with you shortly before the gym. Back in action, guys, pre-gym, and you know the drill. It is time to get our pump on. So we're going for a big pump today. So the stack is Mega Pump from Conte. Got a full scoop of this. Raspberry Twist, of course. And then I've got some Amino Swole from Amino Kings. So this stuff, guys, honestly, I don't even take a full meal of this anymore because it's actually so strong. I remember when I was doing my arm days, I used to take like a full meal of this stuff. And genuinely, I'd go in and do 3 sets of side delts. And
I would barely be able to move my arms, let alone do my bicep curls afterwards, because my delts would be so fucking pumped. So I went down to using like half a mil, and now I've kind of bumped that up to like 0.75 of a mil, which is where I've sat at, and that kind of generally tends to be perfect in terms of like volume of liquid I'm injecting, because I normally stick this into my shoulder. So that's been the kind of perfect amount for me. I think any more, and it's just nearly like too much of a pump, and it kind of just takes away from my session. Like this stacked on top of the mega pump, it's just absolutely silly, you know. And there is, what's in this, AMP. So that's actually like a banned substance. Like that's on like the WADA list. So that's like a pretty strong stimulant. So this is good shit. I must say, this is good shit. So this mega pump, fucking dual action pump of the gods, going down for push day today. So like I said, I want to make sure today oh, there's the door. 1 second. Fucking cunts trying to send me broadband. Fucking hate that shit. Always here, literally like once every 2 weeks. I'm like, go somewhere else, bro. But anyway, what was I saying? I can't even remember what I was saying. Oh yes, I want to make sure I get the most ungodly pump in my chest today. So hopefully I don't get like demonetized or banned for pinning on camera. But none of you guys report me and I'll be okay. I don't think I've ever done this before. I always usually turn the camera off. So I don't know whether I'll leave this in or not. But fuck it, guys. Just trying to be transparent with you. Just trying to show you the process, you know, and what we do. One of the many pins that goes into my body every single day. You kind of get used to it, guys. You know, I remember when I was like natty and I put off taking steroids for years, right? And because I was like one of these hardcore natty guys, I was like, I'm going to look better than every single one of you guys who's taking gear. I'm way better because I'm natty, etc., etc. Even though I always knew in the end I'd go taking gear, because I always wanted to see where my body's potential was. I always wanted to push it to the limits. And I used to look at people who were sauced up out of their minds and think, I want to look like that one day. So I was never staying natty, guys. I'm a complete extremist. But I made sure I'd done things at the right time. So what I didn't do was just hop on a quick cycle for some quick gains back when I was in college and I was going out drinking and I was being inconsistent with my diet, etc., 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 right? I tried to push my natty limit as much as I possibly could. Even when I finished college, I actually lived like a bodybuilder where all I did was eat, sleep, train, and barely drank alcohol. I think I drank alcohol like 8 times in the space of like 2 years before I actually decided to take steroids. Okay, so, you know, just something for you guys to take into consideration, all right? You don't just jump on steroids. It's a process. You know, you gotta be living the bodybuilding lifestyle first. But anyway, one of the things that did, I suppose, put me off taking gear for quite a long period of time was the fact I was going to have to inject myself. I was like, fuck, like, that's going to be horrible, blah, blah, blah. But it's one of those things, honestly, it's not actually as bad as you think. I'm not trying to glorify steroids here, but it's not actually as bad as you think, and you really do get used to it. Like these little pins here, guys, these 29 gauge insulin pins, right? I mean, you don't even feel a pinch with this at all. Like, I remember even when I got this tattoo done, right? I got this tattoo done, and it hurt less than a pin going into my fucking ass in the morning time. So I was like, this is grand. Like, this needle doesn't hurt at all, sort of thing, you know? You know the way people are like, tattoos are so sore. And I'm not saying like pinning yourself every day if you're a gear user is sore, but just like a little pinch, and you just get used to it. But anyway, guys, going back to what I was saying. So one of the things that kind of turned me off taking gear for ages was the thought of pinning myself. And you know when you do your first cycle, everyone's like, testy, half a mil, twice a week. That's what you need to do, right? So that's where everyone starts off. And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I don't want to take this, or I don't want to take that, or I don't want to pin myself more frequently, or whatever, right? Or, I want to take some Anavar because I don't want to inject myself. If that's your thought process, guys, before you go taking steroids, trust me, taking steroids is not going to be for you. Even when you start off and you don't really want to pin yourself, right? You start off pinning yourself maybe 2 to 3 times a week. All of a sudden, before you know it, you're on prep. You're pinning yourself 8 times a day, 9 times a day. You got insulin going in the morning. You got GH going in 2 or 3 times a day. You got your gear. You got your fucking peptides. You got your L-carnitine. You know what I mean? Like, you just get used to it. And you just kind of have to get used to it, okay? It's just a part of the game, unfortunately, right? And I've always been one of those people. I'm like, whatever it takes to get results, I will do. Oh, it's better to inject daily? Okay, I'm going to inject daily. Oh, if I take some L-carnitine every single day, it's going to help my fat loss? Okay, I'm going to take that every single day. Even though I already take 6 other pins, I'm going to stick another one in me because I'm going to get 1% of a benefit out of it. You know, it's just like always the mindset I've had. Now, don't get me wrong. There is times where I'm like, fuck this, it's not worth it. And I like pull the L-carnitine out, or I'll pull whatever out, because the pinning just gets you. First like 2-3 years maybe, I was taking gear, didn't really bother me at all doing the injecting. And then over time, you're like, oh man, fuck this shit. So if anything, when I finish bodybuilding, the thing I'm going to look forward to the most is just not, it's just not having to pin myself so frequently. So yeah, but anyway, guys, if you're out there, you're watching this, and you don't like the sound of that, stay natty. Honestly, I actually have told so many people to stay natural, and I've told so many people that gear isn't for them, who've been in my DMs or telling me they want to start in a cycle or whatever, and I ask them a couple of questions, I'm just like, nah. Or I'm like, I'm not going to coach you, I'm not going to give you advice, gear isn't for you. I've had clients come to me say, oh, they want to run a cycle, and I'm like, no, you're not cut out for it, and they've left. You know. But like, some people just aren't. They're just not cut out for it, guys. They're just not cut out for it. Everyone is not cut out for this game. And to be honest, you know, unless you're really, really willing to do all the things it takes to optimize your process as a bodybuilder, then just don't be an enhanced bodybuilder at all, right? If you're not willing to spend the money on the blood work every 3 months, if you're not willing to spend all the money on the health supplements, if you're not willing to pin yourself daily because that will minimize your side effects through keeping your blood level stable, etc., etc., etc. You're not willing to do all those things, just don't take steroids, okay? The gains you will get from it aren't going to be worth it. Like, people think, oh yeah, steroids is a quick fix. Oh yeah, I'll just take some steroids and I'll make really quick gains. I don't think people realize behind the scenes how much goes into actually being an enhanced bodybuilder. It's quite literally a pain in the hole, guys. You really have to love the gym, and you really, really have to love progression to actually be an enhanced bodybuilder. And this is why there's so many guys out there who take steroids and get terrible side effects, and they've got acne all over the place, and X, Y, and Z, and they fuck themselves up, and they ruin their sex drive, and blah, 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 because they're not doing things properly. Okay? You got to be on it. You got to be super organized, and you can't miss a beat, and you got to be very diligent if you are going to be taking shit. And that's just the fucking reality of it. Okay? And this is something I've said time and time and time again. And something that really does my head in, to be honest. But yeah, guys, that's my ramble anyway on gear and steroids and everything else like that. Oh, I can feel myself pumping up already. Right, let's go to the gym.
How we doing, guys? So it is the next day, and I'm not gonna lie, the off season be fucking off season and now, and it really fucking kicked my arse yesterday. So energy levels were extremely low. There was a nap had. My desire to record was extremely low. My training session was decent from a strength perspective, but from a perspective of wanting to leave the gym and go home and fall asleep, it was quite high also. But we got it done. So less complaining. We're off to the gym now today for legs. Feeling a little bit better today. I've had a very busy yet productive morning, hence why I haven't taken the camera out to record yet. Now, this session is going to be recorded for the YouTube with Andrew, APH Visuals. So I won't be recording today's session because you're obviously already going to see a more in-depth walkthrough of the session in about a week's time or whatever. So I won't bore you with, just overlaying some training footage in this one. But yeah, we hit 116.1 kg in the scales this morning, so that must be why I felt so fucking crappy yesterday. But that's big, guys. 256 pounds. So will I hit 260 by the end of this push? It's kind of looking likely. Even though every fucking pound that's going on from here is getting a lot more difficult. Let me tell you that. It is getting a lot more difficult. I'm really feeling it. I'm getting fucking out of breath just putting my socks on in the morning. It's brutal, but yeah, what can you do, guys? What can you do? It's all part of the process, as they say. I don't think I have anything else to update you on. Took the check-in photos this morning. They were looking pretty good. I was very happy with them. I didn't have a really annoying glare in the background like I have for the last 2 or 3 weeks, which was great. So they were a little bit better quality in terms of the pictures. And honestly, guys, even at 116.1 kilos, I'm still pretty fucking lean. I'm not gonna lie. So that puts me exactly because I started prep. Well, the Sunday before I started prep, I actually got this massive weight drop the morning I started prep last year. So technically I started prep at like 109.4 kg or something. But the Sunday, which was my last day of the off season technically, last year before I started prep, I was 110.1 kg. So this morning I'm 6 kg heavier in comparable, maybe better in some areas, maybe worse in other areas, condition. I feel like for whatever reason my glutes might have been a little bit less fat last year, but my whole entire front is like leaner this year. Like my midsection is leaner, my quads are leaner. So I'm kind of finding it hard to differentiate between last year's pictures and this year's pictures, whether I'm in better condition or not. I feel like last year as well I was way paler. I've been keeping up with the sunbeds a lot more this time, so I feel like that kind of skews the visuals a tad as well. But regardless of whether I'm in slightly better condition or slightly worse condition, it's only going to be very slight, and I'm 6 kg heavier, and we still got another couple of weeks left to push it. So that's a lot of progress, guys. That's a lot of tissue. Dare I say, I've done it again. In my 15-month off season the last time, I think I put on like 8.9 kg stage weight or something fucking silly like that, or that was the difference between my two prep lows. I think the actual stage weight difference was like 7.5 kg from look to look on stage. It was, yeah, 7.6 kg was the difference, which is quite a lot of tissue in 15 months. So this time around, I would like to think I've put on about 3 kg. That was the goal. Gain about 3 to 4 kg of tissue, and I like to think I've achieved that. But we'll see, guys. Obviously, my stage weight isn't going to be 3 to 4 kg heavier this time around because I still have to make the exact same cap. So, you know, but I do think that by the time I get down to like, 104 kg this time around on prep, I'm going to look pretty fucking silly. And obviously, that's like super heavyweight weight. That's not even like under the heavyweight cap. I think by the time I get under the heavyweight cap, I could definitely step on stage. So who knows? We might fucking jump into that heavyweight show for shits and giggles, lads. I kind of want to, but we'd have to have a chat with Kuba. I need to have a chat with Kuba actually, just about next season and what it's going to look like soon, because I really want to compete a lot next year. I want to just fucking do shows. You know, last year I only did 2 shows because last year wasn't even supposed to be like a kind of season for me. It wasn't supposed to be like a run of the pro card, or it wasn't supposed to be a season that I expected to do well for, or it wasn't a season that I was hyping myself up for. It was kind of like, well, I just need to get on stage because it's part of the process, and you know, I've made the necessary improvements and I need to strip it the whole way back so I can just get back into the off season to make progress. But then I actually ended up being way ahead of where I thought I was going to be and doing way better than I thought I was going to do. So, you know, but I stuck to my guns and I was like, yeah, I'm only going to do these 2 shows that I originally intended to do. I'm not going to go chasing pro qualifiers and doing those and wasting my time back into the off season, make the improvements, and then I'm going to come back this year, hopefully undeniable. That was the plan, right? That was the plan. So we stuck to the plan, and I hope it's going to pay out the way I want it to pay out. However, now this year that this was like the season, right? This is the original plan. I want to fucking compete, right? I want to do as many fucking shows as I possibly can. And, you know, if I have like 1 show picked and then I've got like another show for like 3 weeks later, if another show just pops up and it's like, you know, a week after or 2 weeks after or whatever the fucking case may be, I'm just going to be like, fuck it, let's jump into this. Let's do this show. You know, I'm just going to take as many opportunities as I can to just do shows and practice being a bodybuilder, getting on stage, peaking, you know, practice being relaxed backstage and all that other sort of good stuff. And then just kind of just see how I get on, you know what I mean? So, yeah, and I love competing as well, guys. Like a lot of bodybuilders say, oh, I just love the process, I don't even like to get on stage, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, do people just say that to be like fucking hardcore or what? And like, look, I'm the most like hardcore bodybuilder that you'll ever meet, but at the same time, right, I still want to, what the fuck are you doing, mate? You fucking wait, like, no, I'm going in there. Yeah, I'm going in there, yeah. What the fuck do you think I'm turning for? Reverse, will ya? Reverse back there, will you, so I can turn? Fuck me. Fucking retard. Anyway, I lost my train of thoughts there before I fucking We're into training legs today, guys, so I'm going to leave that there. You get what I was trying to say. I'm going to compete. I want to compete. I want to do as much fucking shows as I possibly can. Practice being a bodybuilder, all that good stuff. And yeah, right, I'll leave that there because I'm annoyed now. So time to go in and blow off some steam during this training session.
Oh, just fucking watching it editing that back, guys. There's something fucking seriously wrong with me. I've got anger issues, don't I? I know that dude watches my videos as well. I'm pretty sure he watches my videos. So if you're watching this, mate, I'm sorry, but don't be fucking driving in on top of me when I'm trying to get into a fucking spot, okay? Anyway, so guys, it's the next day. Again, legs was good yesterday. Very good session, as you'll see on next week's YouTube video, which you'll stay tuned for, whatever. But we're not in a good way today. Okay, so obviously when I started this video, it was Wednesday. It was push day. And then I followed it up yesterday, which was Thursday, which was leg day. And I was like, I was fucked yesterday, guys. I went for a nap like twice during the day, etc. But fuck, we're in for legs today, right? So I kind of knew the fatigue was setting on me. I hate using that word, but I kind of knew I was feeling a little bit slammed, right? But I was like, fuck it, training performance is still good. Suck it up, go in, we'll crack on, right? And I just felt pretty crappy yesterday, but I was like, I've booked Andrew in. He's coming down. He's recording. We just have to go in and I just have to get it done. And had a fucking fantastic leg day. But I got home and genuinely, guys, it was one of those leg days where like I just got home and I got on the couch. I got home, I cooked my post-workout meal, I ate it, and then I lied down on the couch and I could not fucking move, right? And I wanted to like go upstairs to go to the toilet. And I literally didn't for like 2 hours. So I was just lying there, like just bursting for a piss for like 2 hours. And I couldn't even move. I only moved literally just after Chloe came down when she finished work at like 5:30. So I was just lying there for ages. I was just crippled. I just broke up. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I feel like my CNS is like fried here. But it's grand. Tomorrow will be a rest day anyway. So I went to sleep and I woke up in the middle of the night, guys. And my stomach was not in a good way. I was like, this doesn't feel the best, right? So I went to the toilet and it was like really solid, okay? Then I went back to sleep and then I woke up with way worse pain, like 2 hours later, which was still like 1 o'clock in the morning, mind you. And the brown rain struck. So 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 a.m., literally on the toilet, guys, for like 15, 20 minutes at a time. Just not good. So I weighed myself this morning and it was 114.3 kg. So I'm after dropping, what's that, 1.8 kilos from yesterday. That's a lot of weight. So I'm feeling pretty empty, and it's now 8 a.m., almost 8 a.m. I still haven't eaten my first meal. I had check-in day with Cuba today anyway, thankfully, so that was kind of ideal because I sent him my pictures last night and then I sent him a voice note. Sent him a voice note at like 4:30 this morning. It was literally just as I gotten off the toilet as well. And I was like, oh, mate, just send you this voice note because I'm just not in a bad way here. I've been fucking up all night, shitting myself, blah, blah. Obviously, I sounded like shit, right? Because I was only after coming off the toilet. So when he woke up and he looked at my check-in, he like rang me. He was like, you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm grand. He's like, you sound fucking terrible. I was like, no, I'm all right. I'm not that bad. I was just in a bad way when I sent that voice note. So yeah, I'd say he was thinking, no, what the fuck is after happening to this fella? But yeah, I won't play that voice note for you. But yeah, look, it was probably good timing anyway. That was my check-in day because he was just like, mate, just fucking rest up today. And I was like, look, I kind of felt it coming on me yesterday. Chloe was telling me to rest, but I was in recording and I just said I'd go in and have a good session anyway. And I said I did have a really good session, progressed everything, but I just got home and my CNS was just fried. And because my CNS is fried, I think that's why I'm basically shitting myself. And he's like, nah, mate, you could just be fucking after just like picking up an illness or picking up a bug, just being a little bit run down. So I don't know what the fuck it is, but if you're watching my vlogs consistently, guys, during this off season, you'll know this actually happened to me a couple of weeks back as well. So yeah, I feel like I just push myself to the point where I start shitting myself. And that's how I know I've gone too far these days. So look, not ideal. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do today food-wise, to be honest. I'm going to try and leave it maybe till like 9 a.m. Like my stomach is still pretty raw. It still feels pretty sore. I still haven't even had that much water, to be honest, because I'm kind of, it was like I was pissing out my ass, guys. You know how it is when you get like really, really bad diarrhea. It was just like water coming out of me. So I'm afraid to even drink too much water. I've literally just been sipping since I woke up. I'm like super dehydrated. So I'm going to go downstairs and have hydroflow and glutamine and all that stuff first. And I'm going to leave that sit for a half an hour and hope that doesn't go straight through me. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to have like my sourdough meal for meal number one. But I'm going to try and keep the food a little bit lighter today, I imagine, and just kind of not have too much food going in today. And then tomorrow, Kuba told me rest, and I'm going to just try and get a full day in of eating and drinking tomorrow. And if I can do that, then we're going to just train full body, adjusted full body on Sunday. So normally out of upper lower, Saturday, Sunday, but we'll just do super low volume, adjusted full body session on Sunday, rest Monday, and then back in for like pull, push, legs. So that's the plan, all going well, guys. But stay tuned for the next vlog to see if that actually pans out the way it's supposed to. Because I wanted to get this vlog up this morning, but you know, I just didn't really record that much over the last 2 days. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'll get this up for Saturday morning or maybe Friday evening, because rest day today, and I just want to get this up and out, to be honest, and start fresh in a new vlog where I'm not feeling like shit and I'm not shitting myself. But yeah, anyway, moving on. So had a good chat with Kuba on the phone though, like after that, and we were just kind of speaking about where I'm at right now. One change he's going to make to my cycle adjustment now moving forward, because I feel good right now. So he's like, where he has my EQ and my primo, he's worried like it could bring my estrogen down too low. So we brought the test up a little bit again, and we're bringing that EQ and primo down like once more next week. This was meant to be the last adjustment, but we're going to do it again next week. But next week anyway, I do have my bloods done. So like, we've made that change for now, which is going to be for the last 4 weeks, the push-up provisionally, because if I get my bloods back and then my estrogen is maybe too high, then we might tweak that around, or we might just leave it the way it was. We'll have to just wait and see. Okay, but I feel good. Like, I feel like this cycle is definitely sitting a lot better than it was before. And even when I got back from Turkey, guys, and my estrogen was quite high, like I'd known for weeks at that stage something was off in terms of like how I was feeling and how my body was. This time around, I don't feel like something is off. Like, I feel like hormonally I'm in a really good place right now. Like, training performance is really good, libido is good, aggression in the gym is good. Energy levels obviously are like a little bit up and down, but that's just the off season. That's not the cycle. I think I can kind of tell the difference between when it's one or the other. And like, mood wise, you know, despite that last clip, my irritability actually isn't my irritability actually isn't just that high. I'm just an arsehole, guys. I'm just actually an arsehole. So that's why I said that in that clip, you know what I mean? I generally just don't give a fuck. I'll just say whatever to people, like, you know, I don't pussyfoot around it. So I'm pretty blunt. And that's the way it is. And I know, like, some people are probably watching these videos and probably think, like, he's good crack, like he's a fucking cool dude or whatever. Like, you could meet me in person, then I could be an arsehole to you like that. You wouldn't know, guys. It just depends. If you're fucking annoying me, I'm probably going to be an arsehole to you. Like, you know what I mean? So just fucking be careful. Don't fucking annoy me. Don't drive in on top of me when I'm trying to fucking park in a parking spot, and I won't be an arsehole to you. I mean, that's pretty straightforward shit, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, on the phone to Kuba, I'm getting sidetracked here. We were speaking about shows and stuff next year after we made those cycle tweaks and whatever. And I was like, look, mate, I want to compete as much as possible. I was like, there's a show I'm even lining up in between the muscle contest and the Alicante shows. That's assuming I don't turn pro at muscle contest, which fuck me. If I turn pro on my first show out, that'd be sick, because I'm planning to do the run of like 5 shows, you know. So if I hit it on the first mark, I'd be quite surprised. But I actually think that's probably going to be like the best show for me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to say that's going to be the easiest lineup, because obviously you could never control that. You can never tell, right? But last year it was a good show for me. Like, I feel like if I showed up to that show last year, bar obviously Larry Wheels getting a political pro card, but I feel like with the improvements I've made now, if I showed up to that show with the same standard as it was last year, I would turn pro. Like, that's how I feel, right? That's the kind of level of confidence I have going into the shows this year, right? I'm not overconfident, but I know I'm going to be bringing something good, right? So, and that could be a good show for me. And fuck, it would be so sick to win it at home. But I'm kind of game. I really want to do the Spain shows as well. So it's not like I'd be disappointed if I won my pro card at the first show. But I'm planning on doing quite a lot of shows. So, and I'm excited to do quite a lot of shows. So, like, imagine if I fucking win a pro card at the first show, it'd kind of be bittersweet. I'd be like, oh, buzzing, I'm a fucking pro now. This is my goal achieved. But in another way, I'm like, oh, what about all these international shows I plan to do? You know, so look, fuck it. We'll just see what happens, guys. We'll just see what happens. I won't fucking complain either way, you know. But yeah, going to do as many shows as possible. Going to get on stage as much as I can. I might even see before the muscle contest, will Cuba let me just like hop in a show at a couple of weeks out? Because when I need to get into classic condition and I need to get down to a classic weight cap, I'm going to obviously be quite light in terms of body weight, right? But I know, like I said in this video already, once I hit like 104 kilos, like to 102 kilos, I'm probably going to be ready to go on stage. So I wouldn't mind just like walking into like a heavyweight class, just on the heavyweight cap and just no peak, no nothing, just seeing how I get on. Or like a PCA tall bodybuilding class or something. Just to actually do the open division this year, just to see how I'd look in an open lineup against open bodybuilders, just for like, you know, the potential to go there in the future. I would like to do that. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I prefer bodybuilding. You know, I prefer bodybuilding to classic. I really do. So yeah, we'll see. And then there's Muscle Contest Ireland. And then a week after that, as there was this year, the PCA Universe is actually on, guys. So if I don't win an IFBB Pro card at the Muscle Contest Ireland, I'm going to try and win a PCA Pro card the following week. You know, I used to think PCA Pro card was a little bit of a gimmick, but honestly, there's some really fucking good PCA pros out there these days. And there's really good prize money for those PCA shows as well. Not that like that's the reason why I'll be doing it, right? But like PCA are fucking up in their game recently, and the PCA shows are sick. Like they're really enjoyable. They're really fun shows to do. They like treat the athletes really well, and they get the crowd going, and they're fun shows, you know. So I wouldn't mind doing that. It's on in Hull, which is only an hour up the road for me as well, less even. So I'm like, it's a fucking no brainer. You know, I was there with Conte, at the PCA Universe last year for the expo, and I was 1 week post show, and I was like, why didn't I do this show? Like, I could have jumped in this. And I probably would have won the regional as well, to be honest. I think I would have. I don't know if I would have won the actual Universe qualifier the next day. But that's going to be a goal this year. See, right? Win a pre-state pro card, I wouldn't say no. And then after that, just as many pro qualifiers as I can do. The 2 Spain shows for sure. And then after that, we've got Dubai. We got Italy. So, you know, I think Kuba's going to be living out in Dubai at that stage, and Mark is obviously out in Dubai already, so there'll be some familiarity out there, and I'll kind of have people out there to like make that process a little bit easier for me if needed. Like, you know, if I decide to go to Dubai right straight after Spain, it's like I'll have someone to like maybe stay with for a couple of days before I book a proper place myself. I'll have someone to get everything I need off in terms of like, you know, supplements and like the fucking gear, and like if I need anything sorted, whatever, or, you know, I'll have support there. So that show, even though it will be quite expensive and it will be absolutely stacked, it's appealing to me from that perspective because I feel like it would be a really good, enjoyable experience. I've never been to Dubai, etc., etc. So that would be pretty sick to do. And then I think the very, very end of June, you've got Italy. So yeah, fuck, if I don't have a pro card at that stage, I'm probably not going to be fucking good enough, guys, to be honest. But kind of depends on the lineup as well, doesn't it? So I think I think I would keep going at that stage. But we'll have to wait and see. I think I'll have the juice in me to go that long. Like I really think I will. Obviously, staying at the weight cap for a long period of time is going to be a challenge in itself, being that peeled for that long. But last season, I did a very long prep. Like it was 23 weeks long, I think, and it was 21 weeks into the first show. This year it's only going to be 16 weeks into the first show. So technically, even if I make it the whole way to Italy and I do those 5 shows that I mentioned, even if I do all 5 of those shows and I make it to Italy at the end of June, that would be 25 weeks on prep. Okay? I believe it would be 25 weeks on prep, which would only actually be 2 weeks extra than I've done this year. And I did 25 weeks on prep already in 2023. So let me just double check that to actually see that that's the case, because I have it in my tracker here. No, sorry, it would only be 23 weeks on prep. So it would technically be the exact same amount of time I spent on prep last year, but I would have done 5 shows, you know? So that's kind of my plan of action. You know, do the first, do 2 shows in May, do, you know, maybe 4 shows in June. That'd actually be 6 shows total if I did all of that. Don't want to be getting too far ahead of myself, but I'm gunning for it this year, guys. I'm fucking gunning for it. I just want to get on stage. I want to maybe trial some different things with the peak as well, if Coob is going to be game for that. Experiment with, you know, a couple of different things if I can, like different orals or whatever. Like, might try and push the fullness for one using a bit of super draw. Might try and just really push the dryness for another. Maybe using some halo. I don't know. Right? We'll have to wait and see. But I'm buzzing. But yeah, we'll just get the shits out of the way with now, guys. Try and get some food back in. Try and finish out this off season strong, and we'll crack on from there. So yeah, just thought I would share those thoughts and show plans and what I'm thinking right now. Now that we are actually approaching the end of the off season. Now, obviously, the show calendars haven't actually come out yet. I'm just guessing when these shows are going to be based off where they were last year. Okay, so I will have to wait and confirm that, but I imagine they're going to be the weeks that I think they're going to be. So I'm pretty much going to be competing like every 2 weeks, guys, for like 6 weeks straight. So that'd be sick. Oh, it's going to be expensive. Oh, it's going to be expensive. I've been saving, guys, but fuck me, it's going to cost a fortune. So I better turn pro. Fuck me. Anyway, right, I'm gonna wrap this video up here, guys, because I'm rambling now, and this is probably gonna be about 40 minutes long again. So we'll leave that there. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was probably just a little bit too much talking, a little bit thrown together this week, guys. There wasn't too much else happening, only me just rambling. But we'll make sure the next video is a little bit more engaging, has a little bit more training bits in there, and all that good sort of stuff. And yeah, we'll just make sure we're documenting what is, you know, probably something that people don't document as much, which is the end of the off season, the hard part of the off season, right? Everyone documents their wins. Everyone documents, you know, the post show phase, and this is what I'm going to do for my off season. This is all the progress I'm going to make. But then they disappear towards the end when things get fucking tough, right? And things get rough. But I'm trying to show that end process as well, right? I'm trying to show all of it. You know, I'll show you what it's like when I'm struggling towards the end here, right? When I'm struggling with hitting issues in terms of, you know, my stomach getting fucked, and that's probably because of the volume of food cumulatively as well, and then my body fighting back just from, you know, fucking bit of fatigue, and you know how I'm going to battle that and how I'm going to bounce back from that really quickly and not let it affect me. And you know, the slog that is going to be like lack of energy. Like, you're probably seeing these vlogs, guys, like these vlogs are going to get a little bit lower in energy. They're probably going to get a little bit more thrown together. I'm probably going to be rushing them a little bit more. They're not going to be as good as they probably were, you know, a couple of weeks back or in prep or whatever, right? But then you'll kind of see as I transition out of this phase into my cruise phase, and things might pick up a little bit, and I'll show you the changes we're making there. And, you know, then we'll transition into prep. And then as prep goes on, you'll see things start to pick up, both in the vlogs and in my energy and in the process, and everything will start getting a little bit better. And, you know, I think you'll almost come along for the ride and the highs and the lows in the videos and in the vlogs as well. You know, so that's kind of why I still document it. And I still record on days like today, even where I'm feeling like shit. And even where I'm like, oh, fuck, you know, this isn't what I wanted to record today. And over the weekend, I was planning on recording my upper and lower session. And like, that's not going to happen now. It's like, it's okay. I just have to document that in the videos, you know? Ah, fuck. Oh, there's a lot of heartburn and acid reflux repeating on me there, guys. So I'm definitely still not ready to eat yet. Right. Okay. I'll leave that there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. 1 like of this video equals 1 prayer for Dara and his shitty stomach. So make sure you drop them down below. I'm going to catch you in the next one.